The boy is standing too close to the edge. You notice him because nobody else does. His mother is 3 feet away, looking down at her phone. A man beside her is watching a video without headphones. 2 teenagers are filming each other. The departure board keeps flashing delayed above them. The boy is maybe 4, red coat, 1 shoe untied, a paper dinosaur in his hand. He takes 1 small step toward the tracks, then another. The train is already inside the tunnel. You hear the metal before you see the lights. You drop everything. But first, we have to see why you were the only person looking. You wake at 6:17 a.m. Your phone is on the pillow beside you, 6 inches from your face. The screen is glowing. 28 notifications, 3 urgent emails, 7 messages, a news alert about a country you have never visited, a shopping app warning that the trainers you looked at once are nearly sold out. Normally, your hand moves before the rest of you wakes up. Today, it does not. You look at the phone, then you look away. Nothing dramatic happens. No headache, no bright light, no voice telling you that your life has changed. You just lie there.
The ceiling fan clicks every 4th rotation. Rain touches the window in uneven taps. Your wife, Maya, is asleep with one hand under her cheek. There is a faint line between her eyebrows, even while she sleeps. You have seen that line every morning for years. You have never really looked at it. The bedroom door opens. Your daughter, Anya, is standing there in her school uniform, holding a cardboard model of the solar system. Saturn hangs sideways. Mars has fallen off and been taped back on. You remembered, right? You sit up. Her presentation is today. She told you on Monday while you answered an email. She reminded you Tuesday while you watched a video. Last night, she stood beside the sofa and said something while you nodded at your phone. You said, of course. You did not hear the time. 3 o'clock, she says. She is studying your face, trying to work out whether you are pretending again. I'll be there. She does not smile. You said that last time. The words are quiet. That makes them worse. You look at the model. Black paint remains beneath her fingernails. Jupiter has a red storm made from a button. Earth is too small because she ran out of blue clay. You ask how she made Saturn's rings. She explains it. It takes 2 full minutes. You do not interrupt. You do not reach for the phone when it vibrates. You do not say, that's amazing, before she finishes. Halfway through, her shoulders drop. By the end, she is smiling. At breakfast, you eat without a screen. The kitchen feels strange without somebody talking through a speaker. You hear the toaster release. The refrigerator motor stop. Maya stirring sugar into her tea even though she's been trying to drink less. She looks at you twice. What? Nothing. You usually consume breakfast in pieces. 1 bite, 1 notification. 1 sentence from your daughter, 1 glance at the weather. You arrive at work knowing 6 headlines, 3 jokes, 2 arguments between strangers, and almost nothing your family said. Today, Anya tells you a boy named Rohan still calls Pluto a planet because his grandfather taught him before scientists changed it. Maya says the plumber is coming Saturday. You remember both things. On the train, you do not use your earphones. At first, the silence feels aggressive. Your brain keeps reaching for something. You feel the phone in your pocket, the app's waiting behind the glass. So you look out the window. The city moves through rain. A man under a blue umbrella carries white flowers. A woman crosses the road with a plastic bag over her hair. A delivery rider wipes water from his glasses beneath a flyover. Inside the carriage, an old man reads a newspaper folded into quarters. He stays on the same article for 9 minutes. 9 minutes. He turns the page carefully, flattens the crease with his thumb, and continues. Your office builds software designed to keep people from leaving. Nobody calls it that. The company calls it engagement.
At 9:30, you sit in a meeting about a new feature. The screen says, increase daily return rate. Underneath are mock-ups for red badges, street counters, autoplay, and a notification that appears when someone has been inactive for 2 hours. Your manager, Daniel, says the product needs to create urgency. People should feel like something happened while they were gone. Everyone nods. You have nodded in meetings like this for 6 years. Today, you hear the sentence all the way through. A designer explains that red badges test better because people associate them with unfinished business. Someone suggests sending alerts at dinner because response rates rise when users are tired. The room is bright. The coffee is expensive. Nobody looks evil. That is the part that stays with you. At your desk, you close every tab except one. The report is 43 pages long. You have opened it 11 times this week and never reached page 12. Every attempt was cut apart by emails, messages, links, and the small panic that something more important might be happening elsewhere. You start at page 1. The first 10 minutes are painful. Your mind offers reasons to escape. Check the inbox, check the chat, search the actor you saw last night, look up whether coffee really dehydrates you. You stay. At minute 15, the words stop feeling like a wall. The argument begins connecting. You remember page 4 while reading page 17. On page 31, you find an error that changes the entire recommendation. The company is about to spend 6 months building a feature based on data from the wrong user group. You check it 3 times. It is real. Daniel reads your message and walks to your desk. How did nobody catch this? You know the answer. Nobody read the whole thing. The meeting at 3 is moved to 4. Daniel wants you there. Senior leadership will join. Your discovery has become urgent. At 2:37, you look at the calendar. Anya's presentation starts in 23 minutes. The old version of you would send Maya a message. Something came up, make a video, tell her I'm sorry. The words are already formed. Then you remember Anya in the doorway, studying your face to see whether your promise was real. You close the laptop. Daniel sees you putting on your coat. Where are you going? My daughter has a school presentation. This meeting is because of what you found. I know. We need you. You hold his eyes. She does too. For a second, you expect the building to collapse around that sentence. It does not. You leave.
The school hall smells like wet clothes, dust, and poster paint. Parents sit in metal chairs, most holding phones upright before anything starts. You arrive as Anya's class is lining up. She sees you near the back. Her face changes so quickly, it almost hurts. The presentation is not polished. One child forgets his line. Another speaks directly into the cardboard sun. Saturn falls off Anya's model and rolls beneath a table. Anya freezes. You do not lift your phone. You do not look embarrassed for her. You look at her. She sees you watching, not filming, not checking, not dividing yourself between her and somewhere else. Watching. She takes a breath, picks up Saturn, and says, "Sometimes planets do not stay where we put them." The parents laugh. She finishes. Afterward, she runs to you hard enough to push the air from your chest. On the way home, Maya messages that she will meet you for dinner. Anya talks the entire walk to the station. She tells you which child cried before the presentation, which teacher secretly fed biscuits to the class rabbit, and why she thinks the moon would be lonely if it knew it was moving away from Earth. You listen long enough for the stories to connect. That is when you see the boy in the red coat. The station is crowded because of the rain, but train is delayed. Water shines on the floor beneath hundreds of shoes. The boy stands beside his mother. She is typing with both thumbs. His paper dinosaur flies through the air in his hand. You notice the untied shoe. You notice the dinosaur slip. It lands near the yellow line. The boy steps after it. The mother does not look up. The train enters the tunnel. The wind arrives first. You drop Anya's solar system. Jupiter breaks loose and rolls behind you. You move. The boy bends toward the dinosaur just as his loose lace catches under his other shoe. He falls forward, both palms landing beyond the yellow line. Someone screams. You reach the back of his coat and pull. The fabric tightens across his throat. His body slides backwards over the wet floor. You fall with him. His head hits your chest. The train tears into the station. Metal, wind, brakes, people shouting. For half a second, the boy's red sleeve is close enough to the train that the air snaps it against his arm. Then the carriages pass. You are on the ground, holding a child who has not understood what almost happened. His mother kneels beside you. Her phone is still in her hand. She keeps saying his name until it stops sounding like a name. People gather. Several are filming. A man asks you to describe what happened while the boy is still crying against your chest. You do not answer. You look for Anya. She stands 6 feet away, holding the cardboard sun with both hands. Her face is pale. You reach for her. She comes to you. That night, a video of the rescue spreads online. Someone filmed it from across the platform. Your manager sends it to the office group. A local news account calls you a hero. Your phone fills with messages from people you have not spoken to in years. You place it face down. Maya sits opposite you. Anya is asleep against her shoulder, one hand holding the paper dinosaur the boy gave her. You should answer them, Maya says. Tomorrow. She studies you the way Anya did that morning. What happened to you today? You think about the old man reading one article, the 43-page report, Daniel's meeting, Saturn rolling under the table, a red coat moving toward the edge, while 100 people looked somewhere else. I think I was gone for a long time, you say. Maya looks at Anya, then back at you. And now, the phone vibrates again. You let it. You carry Anya to bed. She wakes when you pull the blanket over her and asks you to read the book on her nightstand. It is a long chapter. You read every page. Halfway through, you realize your attention span from 1995 is not really about 1995. It is not about newspapers, landlines, or living before social media. It is the ability to stay in one place long enough for the truth of it to appear, long enough to notice when your daughter does not believe you, long enough to hear what a report is actually saying, long enough to see a child take one step too far. Anya falls asleep before the chapter ends. You keep reading quietly until the final sentence. Nothing in the room is flashing. Nothing is counting how long you stayed. Nothing is asking to be refreshed. Your daughter breathes beside you, and this time you are still there.